Hi, Gemini. We're doing a general reading for you, and I've been shuffling, and you see me shuffling, and let's get started. This is a very different energy to start off with than the last two readings that I've done. And so you are either in a positive energy or you're hoping for a positive. Like, we're still too early to get exactly what this is, but maybe this is your hope. Maybe this is what's just around the corner for you, but it's very positive, joyful, exuberant energy that you share with others, or want to share with others. That you want to, whatever this is, makes you feel like celebrating, makes you feel like dancing. It makes you feel like calling up your closest friends and sharing with them, trying to spread that joy and exuberance and positive feeling about life. And then at the bottom of the deck here, you've got the Lovers. That you are wanting to connect with people, and maybe are connecting with people in a major way. That maybe it's been a while since you've done this, and maybe that's what's got you itching to do it, because you've been. This may have been in the last two readings. I've done two today. And I feel like this is where you've been. That this is the energy that you've been in. Is this Eight of Swords. It's this trapped in negative thinking, and in a way that's blinding. It's negative thinking in this level that that doesn't allow you to see your experience clearly. It's certainly not this grounded energy. It's certainly not this. It's certainly not the Emperor. It's the exact opposite of that kind of groundedness, where it's all in the head and none in the body. And that's not what the Emperor is about. He's grounded within himself and sure of who he is. And he is definitely not plagued by unhelpful, critical thoughts and overly pessimistic assessments of the situations that he finds himself in, or overly negative assessments of himself and his capabilities to deal with difficulties. That is not the energy that you find with this character. And that's the energy that you need to call upon. And the theme of the last two readings as far as like helpful advice or guidance from the cards is to meditate and ground yourself and just bring consciousness to your daily experience. And I haven't been framing it this way, but the way that this is coming out here is to bring yourself down into your body from the head. That if you want to achieve this kind of exuberant joyfulness in life, and your experience is being colored by, you see the backgrounds here? Like, these are both much more appealing, right? But this is right in the middle, and it's just this gray dullness that is existing in your mental energy, and preventing you from having anything like this whatsoever. And the cure for that in this situation is to pull yourself down from the mental and into your body to get a new perspective on things, because this perspective is killing you. It's not helping you. It's keeping you bound and it's keeping you blind, and you could be this. You could be powerful in a way that you can't perceive right now, but you have to check in with where your attention is. And if it's caught up in mental activity right now, I would say begin to direct it downward. And maybe a way to do that is to check in with your breath, or to just do a body scan, or to just, I think I've said in both of the readings, to ask yourself what's happening right now and what are you experiencing right now. Ask yourself where your attention is right now is a good one. Like, where am I? Like, what have I just been doing? Before this flicker of conscious attention arose within me to even bring forth enough awareness to ask the question about my experience, rather than just unconsciously fumbling through experience. Ask yourself, like, what was I doing? Was I, worried about whether traffic was going to be bad on the way home, or whether, my boss likes me, or whatever it is that might be going through your head, or like, what am I going to do this weekend, or whatever. Generally, this has given me a much more negative vibe than what am I going to do this weekend. It's more like, what do people think of me? What am I going to do? Because things look dire. And I think that it stems from, this kind of reinforces that too, where it's just like, this person doesn't feel like they know what to do in life, because just the idea that they have to make a decision about how to move forward is overwhelming to them. And they're stuck in the shadow energy, which is not, again, it's not this guy. That's not what he's doing. He's not caught in shadow energy. He's in the light of awareness. He's well aware of his experience because he's grounded and secure in his body. He's not struggling with woundedness anymore. And that's how you get caught in a shadow, is that you suffer a wound, and you internalize it, and you dwell in it as your home, thinking that it is you. Maybe you've never known any other way of being. But again, like, you're bigger than that, and you can allow it to exist in a way that you can honor its existence within you on the path to healing it. You're acknowledging the existence of woundedness, the existence of the hurt and anxiousness within. You could acknowledge the contrast against your hopes for brighter days and community that you clearly have represented here. But ultimately acknowledging that even those things are a part of you, that the much greater part of you is the conscious awareness that can hold all of those swirling, contrasting energies. It's like the yin and yang, that both of those, the lightest and the darkest, are contained within one whole. And even the divisions between those two within that whole contain bits and pieces of each other within them, or they wouldn't be a thing at all. And that you are big enough that you can let these things move through you, and you can move through them and have it be completely ineffective in knocking you off of your throne, or knocking you out of your power, or diverting your attention and consciousness from an unhelpful perspective for more than briefly, because your attention will not be perfect, but you don't need to be knocked off of your I don't want to say your pedestal, because that has kind of negative connotations, but you don't want to be knocked off of your knocked out of your stability, or your power, your purpose, or your just awareness for more than a brief period of time before you don't want to slide into long-term unconscious being. This guy was just in the last reading too. Actually, a lot of these have shown up. Anyway, the Four of Pentacles on the bottom definitely has been up. The Eight of Swords and the King of Wands have both been up. And what the Four of Pentacles is talking about is, in this reading, is talking about holding on to that groundedness, having that be your rock. And this is supporting this too. And it's funny because I was just wondering if more of this positive energy would be the fifth card to come out, because the Emperor is here right in the middle, and then you've got these two immediately surrounding it, and it's just like on both sides you have one of each. And to me that's just supporting that yin-yang narrative, where it's this balance of energy swirling around the central attention of you, which serves as your true identity. And like I said, the Four of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck is saying to hold on to your, whatever it is that grounds you, into your body and into a place of awareness, so that you can relate to the swirling dance of energies within you appropriately, and not to be lost in dire thoughts that things can't possibly go well, or to linger in wounded unconsciousness, or even to be too attached to when things are going well. Because it's inevitable that things will shift. And that doesn't mean that you have to suffer in anxiety and depression. And it's just a matter of time before you're depressed and so anxious that you can't get out of bed. Nothing like that, but to keep yourself grounded as the point of attention that experiences life from its difficulties and its successes, and not the persona that identifies itself as a success or a disappointment. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that this is a helpful reading to you. I'm going to wrap it up there. Yeah, take care of yourself, Gemini. If you want a personal reading, description box. Take care.